My name is Ueli Steck. I'm alpinist. I'm living in Switzerland. Try to climb big mountains and as hard as possible. The future of cutting-edge alpinism is how fast and how light you can go in alpine style. I grew up in the youth program of the Swiss Alpine Club. Swiss mountaineers, they're like really traditional, you know. There's one thing, especially, you can't run on crampons. You don't do that. That's just like, no. If you're able to move fast, you don't need a lot of equipment. You're so light, that's where you can really push the limits. I'm really like fanatic on training. I'm not better than anybody else, but I just really like training like hell. More and more training. You're doing the real speed climb, that's quite dangerous because you take a lot of risk. You just control the whole situation through the whole phase, and there is no mistake on the route. It feels like it's perfection, you know. My vision is taking the fast, light alpine style to big, really technical phases. The Eiger North face, that's the mountain, you know, that's the history of climbing. First really record on the Eiger was in the 80s, right home yesterday, did it in 10 hours, wow. Then Thomas Bubendorfer did it in 4 hours, 50 minutes, that was incredible. That's quite impressive, maybe I should try also. It's something that grows in your stomach. So I gave him a go and I did a new record, 3 hours, 50 minutes. Everybody was like, wow, that's amazing. We never thought that's possible. But after a couple days, I start to realize it's not, no, that's not a limit. I'm just faster than the others, but that's exactly not the point. And I felt like, I can do it much better. I decided I spent a year training for a speed ascent on the Eiger North face. I figured out a specific cardio training just to be in this 3.5 hour range. I was really ready to do it. And this time I really go for a real record. After you climb this, you reach the point where you're into it. On one hand, you have in your mind you have to move fast. But on the other hand, you know exactly if I do a mistake, I fall off. And you see just more than 1,000 meter air below you and you're like on this edge. you go out to the final snowfield, now you have to get out of your body everything you can get as fast as possible to the summit. Just see your hands, your Isaac, and your crampons, and they have to. Progressing on something, and that's all about. You want to keep moving, having a progress in your life. When you get to the summit and you push the watch, first just try to breathe a little bit, get some oxygen in your lungs. When I saw this time, I was like, oh, that's not possible. Just like, yeah, that was a good moment. Challenging traverse, but that's what you want. Whether climb 2 peaks, and if there's bad weather, you just drive back home, and then it's not a real adventure. I can't go home. You live where you are. Going to the mountains is not something you can read in a book. You have to be out there. Years. It's nothing really new anymore, but I still like it. I still want to do it. It's really difficult to find some good challenges.
He's the Swiss machine, so he's strictly training project, and what he wants to do, he do right.
Oh, I felt like, yeah, I want to do something in the Alps. Perfect, and I have to feel like what I'm using, it's exactly what I need, and that's what I want, and there's no compromise. That's really important for me. Everything has to be really, really organized. I really like to feel nature, my body. You feel how small you are, but then you can move in this kind of like nature. It's just great. Just be out there. There's always a decision, how fast can I go? Do I have to slow down because it's dangerous? Do I down climb? Do I take a rope? There's always like these decisions constantly about the risk. Mountaineering is more dangerous than doing like an office job. That's the fact. So in the end, I think you have to figure out what makes sense in your life, what drives you and what makes you happy. I just like this simple way of living, you know. Nowhere else you have just such a simple world. It's hard to explain how much risk I take because I'm the only person who is in the moment and who makes the decision. It's just 1 second you make a wrong decision. This can happen to the best. Fly into the valley with our paragliders, which was a really great start flying down from the first peak. Right now already the cumulus moving in. You definitely have to make sure we're moving now because otherwise we have to walk down. And I don't like to walk down. We have to be careful with the paragliding. We are not experts. Perfect, flight from Bernina. 2013 was an interesting year for me. I went to Annapurna, and also I went to Everest. Got a lot of highs and lows. It was really intense. First, I went for the traverse of Everest and Lhotse. We were feeling really, really good. Everything was positive. But then it came to the situation got really bad. Expedition was over and I wanted to go back home. Then after some time, I realized that I have to get back this pleasure of climbing. So I decided, okay, now it's time to go back to Himalaya, to Annapurna South Face. I had already 2 tries on Annapurna and I was not successful. I got shut down there because I got hit by a rock. But this time it worked out perfectly. I was really, really lucky. I had like this perfect conditions, perfect weather. It was exactly the right moment. I just climbed it in 28 hours without using oxygen. I'm dead tired. More than 24 hours. I haven't slept. It was a goal I wanted to reach since 5 years, and now I climbed it and I'm so happy. I cannot erase what happened on Everest, but with Annapurna now I feel I moved on, and now I feel like my fire inside is back.